Have you ever asked yourself why you ruin the very things you crave? Why, when you finally touch something good, your first instinct is to destroy it? Not consciously, not always deliberately, but slowly, subtly, like watching a flower wilt because you forgot to water it, or worse, because a part of you chose not to. This is not weakness, it's not stupidity, it's not even irrational. It's a deeply rooted psychological pattern, and it affects far more people than you think. Because here's the truth no one wants to admit. Most self-destruction is quiet. It hides in the way we delay our dreams, the way we pick partners who hurt us, the way we keep proving to ourselves that we're not good enough to be happy. But why? Why do we sabotage love, success, peace, the very things we spend our lives chasing? The answer is buried beneath layers of memory, trauma, and unconscious belief. It's not found in your conscious thoughts, but in the wiring of your nervous system, in the emotional scripts you inherited before you ever had a say. So let's go deeper. The roots of self-sabotage trace back to childhood, not always through abuse or neglect, but often through misattunement. A parent who withheld affection unless you performed. A caregiver whose love was conditional. Moments where your emotional needs were invisible or worse, punished. You learned something very specific. Love can hurt. Safety is not guaranteed. Happiness never lasts. These lessons harden into beliefs, and beliefs shape behavior. So even as an adult, when love finally arrives, you may feel a quiet panic. A voice in the back of your mind whispering, "This won't last, you're not worthy of this, you'll lose it anyway." That fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it tiptoes in. You stop texting back. You pick a fight. You cheat. You procrastinate. You overthink. You numb out. Not because you don't want it to work, but because some part of you is trying to regain control by ending the thing before it ends you. Sigmund Freud called this the repetition compulsion, our unconscious drive to repeat old wounds in the hope of finally mastering them. It's why people recreate familiar pain even when it destroys them. It's not logical, it's not fair, but it's powerful. Take the example of Sylvia Plath, brilliant poet, fierce mind, emotionally tormented. In her journals, she wrote of craving affection while pushing people away, desperately needing approval, yet unable to believe she deserved it. Her story isn't rare. Many artists, creators, thinkers, those who feel deeply, also self-destruct deeply. Because sensitivity is a double-edged sword. It gives you beauty, but it also gives you pain, and pain has memory. That memory lives in the body, in the nervous system, in your gut reactions. This is where psychology meets biology. The brain is a prediction machine. It doesn't seek what makes you happy. It seeks what's familiar. If chaos was your baseline, then peace will feel wrong. If rejection was a norm, then acceptance will feel like a trap. If love was mixed with fear, then true intimacy will feel unsafe. So you run, or you ruin, or you slowly dismantle what you've built. But here's the paradox. We don't self-sabotage because we hate ourselves. We do it because we're protecting ourselves. In a twisted way, sabotaging a good thing feels safer than waiting for it to vanish. Control is more comforting than vulnerability, even if that control comes at the cost of happiness. And it's not just relationships. Think of people who finally land their dream job and then start showing up late. Or entrepreneurs who get close to success then pull back. Or students who ace the semester but fail the final. It's not laziness, it's not indifference, it's fear. Fear of exposure, fear of responsibility, fear of change. Success can be just as terrifying as failure because it threatens your self-concept. If you've built your identity around struggle, then thriving might feel like a betrayal. That's why self-sabotage often increases the closer we get to what we want. The stakes feel higher, the fall feels steeper. And if you've never seen someone win without losing, then your mind will prepare for loss the moment things go right. Even in myth, we see this pattern. Take Icarus, flying too close to the sun with wings made of wax. The message isn't just about arrogance, it's about desire, about the danger of reaching too high, about the fear that anything beautiful must be punished, or consider Greek tragedy more broadly. The fatal flaw, hamartia, is almost always internal. The enemy is not out there, it's within: pride, fear, doubt. We carry that same structure in our lives. The tension between who we are and who we're afraid to become. So what can we do? The first step is awareness. You must learn to see your patterns without shame. Observe the moments you pull away, lash out, procrastinate, or numb. Not to judge, but to understand. Self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It's an outdated survival strategy. But you're not a child anymore. You don't need to destroy to feel safe. You don't need to run to feel free. Still, you have to prove that to yourself over and over again. Therapists often say what is learned in relationship must be healed in relationship. That's because self-sabotage doesn't just live in the mind. It lives in how we connect. So healing comes through new experiences, safe connections, healthy risk. You will feel uncomfortable. Your nervous system may scream. But with time, you'll rewire the response. It's not fast, it's not easy, but it's possible. And sometimes the most radical thing you can do is let yourself keep something good. Let yourself be loved, even if it feels foreign. Let yourself succeed, even if it scares you. Let yourself stay, even if your past tells you to run. Remember, not every loss has to be repeated. Not every wound has to be reopened. And not every good thing has to end in ruin. You're allowed to outgrow your old survival stories. You're allowed to be the first in your family to thrive. You're allowed to have love that doesn't hurt. But it starts with asking the question most people avoid. What part of me still believes I'm safer in pain than in peace? If you sit with that long enough, if you trace the voice that whispers you're not worthy, you'll find it's not really yours. It belonged to someone else. Someone long gone. An echo of a time when fear was necessary. But now it's time to unlearn it, to rewrite the narrative, to stop sabotaging what you love and start believing you deserve it, because you do. And the moment you believe that is the moment everything begins to change. If this message stirred something in you, take a breath, sit with it. Reflect on the patterns in your life, not with guilt, but with compassion. And if you want to go deeper into these shadows with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel and share your story in the comments. Let's keep asking the hard questions together.